What's up, everybody?
Hey,
Welcome to the
buddy.
newest episode of the Debate Mates. I'm Matthew, this is Stretch, and we're here to review everything that's been going on in the wild NBA trade deadline.
It's crazy out here.
We'll be playing a game to grade all these. People grade them, people rank them.
Yeah.
We'll be giving it 2 claps if we like it, 1 clap if it's okay, and no claps if it's horrible. And we'll be going team by team, move by move, start with the big ones, and we're not really going to do any of the tiny ones because those are boring.
Those are horrible. Waste
So
of time.
let's start on the West Coast with
All
the
right.
Warriors and the Timberwolves. What side do you want to start from?
I'm going to start from the Warriors side.
All right.
Yeah.
Warriors receive Andrew Wiggins,
Ooh.
top 3 protected 2021 first-round pick, and a 2021 second-round pick. And all they had to give up was D'Angelo Russell, Amari Spellman, and Jacob Evans. On the count of 3, we will say how we feel about it. 3, 2, 1. All right, 2
that's
claps
2
from
claps,
the debate
man.
mates.
That's a 2 clap, man. Like, Warriors came out on top on this
Yeah,
thing.
easily.
The only thing I would have wanted them to get was a pick for this year.
All right.
2020 first round pick. But they have the worst record
Yeah,
in
their
the
picks
league.
for this year is going to be pretty
So,
good anyway.
you know, like, they winning. Like, they are winning.
Yeah.
They are winning. And they set up for the future. Like, Andrew Wiggins comes in, he can instantly play a Harrison Barnes 2.0.
Right.
No one really liked Harrison Barnes when he was there. They always thought he was a weak spot. But Andrew Wiggins is considerably better than Harrison Barnes, in my opinion.
Okay.
Or at least a lot more potential to grow. And then he doesn't want to be the man. Like, I felt like Harrison Barnes wanted to be the man when he was there, but you didn't have the skill set to be the man. Like, he wanted to be that guy. Andrew Wiggins doesn't care if he's that guy.
Right.
Actually, he prefers not to be that guy.
Yeah, I think he prefers not to be on the court in some instances.
Absolutely, he prefers just to be chilling. So.
Yeah, but I'm really low on the Timberwolves, so we're not there quite yet. But what the things about the pick is, if the Timberwolves are bad, it's a better pick. So I like that from the Warriors. And then Andrew Wiggins, like you said, he can play the Harrison Barnes role.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work here, though, I mean, he'll still have a long career. Some teams will take a flyer on him. But if it doesn't work here, then
Gerald Green.
yeah.
That's what we're looking at.
But
Gerald Green.
this is really not a 2020 trade. It's more for the future.
Absolutely.
See how it works with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. I never thought the fit would work, really. Well, I did because I thought they'd be the number 1 seed. But once Klay Thompson came back, I thought that I could see it getting a little bit jumbled in there because Klay's not really a 3.
No.
Wiggins can play his proper position. Maybe Draymond Green.
I think that was the plan all along. Like, they wanted somebody, to kind of hold it down a little bit, to sell a little tickets.
Yeah.
But they knew early.
And maybe the other good thing about this is maybe it gives Draymond Green some confidence that someone else can
Be his whipping boy.
Yeah, because as Charles Barkley said, he's not talking as much ever since he started averaging a triple single.
Yeah, he's pretty bad right
He
now.
needs somebody around him. Andrew Wiggins, he's making his debut tonight on ABC against the Lakers.
Yep.
Should be a horrible game.
Horrible game.
But
Lakers needed to win, though. Like, they are not playing very well.
Well, I don't think they have to worry about that.
Yeah, you never know.
Well,
Televised,
we're only
national
doing
televised
trade
game.
deadlines tonight or today, but Damian Lillard gave him a nice 50-piece a couple nights ago.
Yeah, man. He did it
He's
for Kobe.
been on fire.
He did it for Kobe.
He did it for Kobe. So, Warriors, we gave it 2 claps.
Yep. Timberwolves.
Timberwolves. All right, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. No way.
They're bad.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
No, man, that's bad.
And
man.
they don't play defense.
No.
D'Angelo Russell doesn't play defense.
No.
Karl Anthony Towns doesn't play defense.
No.
Omari Spellman and Jacob Evans are not going to move the needle that much. They're not going to make
Who are
them
they?
a playoff team.
Who are they?
Jacob Evans,
He won like a dunk contest like 4 years ago, didn't he?
I don't think he's not even been in the league 4 years straight.
Has it? No, that's not him.
That's Glenn Robinson, who
Oh.
was also with the Warriors. Andrew Wiggins light.
They're bad.
Glenn Robinson won when they had the team year.
Oh,
The
God.
worst dunk contest ever that I've been alive for, at least. But all of them have been pretty bad, especially when John Collins tried to jump over that plastic airplane.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was on HGH,
He was
but
probably
when
on
he was
HGH.
thinking something, when he was
When
thinking
you
about
in your mind say, I'm going to jump over this airplane.
drug test.
Right. You knew a drug test was coming, though.
Yeah, so what do you think other than just horrible?
This is horrible. I mean, you get to shut Big Cat up for a little while since he was moping around and crying.
Yeah.
So you get his bro in there and they can lose together. You know, he has his own personal losing streak of 17 games right now.
Since Thanksgiving, he hasn't won.
He has not won a game. 17 straight losses. That is I can't even imagine. Man.
I think this is something that I've been seeing going around on like Instagram and stuff, and it says the Timberwolves should hang a banner that says Jimmy Butler was right.
Yeah, he was right. Now.
Everybody that has tried to tell them to play defense, whether it be Tom Thibodeau or Jimmy Butler, has left.
Yeah.
And it goes on to the 76ers too, who we're not going to talk about too much of the game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been really bad.
Yeah, they've been gashing,
and
man.
Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons aren't really leaders.
No.
A lot of locker room turmoil.
Yep.
Jimmy Butler, he challenges players, and he challenged Karl Anthony Towns, and everyone made it out that Butler was the bad guy.
Yep.
If this doesn't work, though, Karl Anthony Towns is going to be the scapegoat.
He has to be. He should be
already.
He should be right now.
It shouldn't be Wiggins or
Yeah, he should be right
D'Angelo
now.
Russell
Yeah,
not
he should be
having
right now.
Do you think that this makes them a playoff team next year?
Who?
The Timberwolves. All right, well, let's go down the list. So, assuming every team comes into the next season the same way their roster's already put together. So, obviously, we have the Clippers, Lakers.
Jim Moore voice. Playoffs.
Clippers, Lakers, Jazz, all the teams that are in the playoffs now are better than them. Nuggets.
Yeah.
Then
Portland, who's not in the playoffs, is better than them.
Who's better next year? The Spurs.
Memphis, Spurs, Kings should
be better.
Should be better.
Yeah. Pelicans should be better.
Yeah, Pelicans. Look.
Suns even.
Man, let's not push our luck.
I don't know. If the Suns are around 35 games, then that's all it takes.
Yeah, you're right.
Because 35, I mean, I'll flip it. If they were an Eastern Conference team, is this enough to make the playoffs next year?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
So, I don't know. Because you're talking about Philly, they're in the 6th spot right now in the East. Like.
But the other thing is, there's no way they're going to fall anything below 6.
You don't think so?
Unless they
lose
out the rest of the year.
Who's 7?
Brooklyn 7, Orlando 8, I believe. Unless I don't.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's a pretty big fall.
It's a pretty good gap, right?
Yeah.
Between 6, 7, and 8.
Because the 76ers are still 31-21. They're still on pace. They still will probably win about 50 games.
Yeah.
But we'll still be upset that they didn't win 60.
Yeah.
But they're on offense, these guys are going to be good. They might be able to hang tight.
To look at.
Yeah, they might be able to hang with the Rockets for a game. But that's about it.
Yeah, that's it, man.
What do you think about their offensive, where they are on an offensive standpoint, though? Are you excited about watching them from that point?
No, so it's just going to be D'Lo and Big Cat?
Yeah, they don't have much around them.
Right, who else is there?
Jarrett Culver.
Jesus. I mean, I like Culver.
Yeah,
What's the other kid name? Obazwe or Duque or whatever? I mean, he's a defender, but...
So, speaking of the Rockets, let's move on to a trade I'm a little bit more excited about.
All right.
That's already...
It's good. It's
already
a lot of buzz going on. Yeah.
We've got a 4-team deal, the big 4-teamer. Houston Rockets get Robert Covington and Jordan Bell, both from the Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta Hawks get Clint Capella and Nene, both from the Rockets. They waived Nene.
Yep.
Minnesota Timberwolves
Nene's like 52 years old.
He's been in the league forever.
Yeah.
Timberwolves get Malik Beasley, Juancho Hernan-Gomez, Evan Turner, Jared Vanderbilt, a first-round pick from the Brooklyn Nets that was transferred by the Hawks, and then the Nuggets get Gerald Green, who was waived, Noah Vonleh, Keita Beats Diop, Dwight Schrute Bates, no, bad joke, Shabazz Napier, and a first-round pick from the Rockets.
So
we'll go team by team.
Okay.
Who do you want to start with?
All right, let's start. Let's go with. Let's start at the top. We'll go Houston.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
I love it.
I love it too.
I love it.
It's fun to watch.
I love it. It is fun to watch.
Beat your Lakers with this small ball lineup.
They did. They came. They debuted it against us. And if you don't have mobile bigs, man, you are up the creek. However, I didn't understand why the Lakers just didn't punish them down low.
Right.
Like, just post AD, post Dwight Howard, post up JaVale McGee, post LeBron. Just post them and drops them and get dunks, man. I don't understand this crap. Houston, they have no choice but either let you get dunks or foul you.
Right.
And either way, it will limit the threes that you're going to give up on the other end.
Yeah. If PJ Tucker even rolls an ankle,
it's
the
a
Rockets
wrap.
are done.
It's a
They could
wrap.
fall down to the 7th seed with how well the Mavericks
Right.
and the Jazz or not Jazz Thunder have been.
It's a lot of flash. I'm talking. They literally have no big man. Like
Right.
they have no big man.
And Jordan Bell was moved. This is a
He was-
trade later on
right.
that we'll just cover now because it's the same two teams, or also involving the Grizzlies. I mean,
Yeah.
the Grizzlies traded for Jordan Bell, giving them Bruno Caboclo, who has been 2 years away from being 2 years away for 22
So he's 10 years away.
Yeah, so
Yeah. We'll see him when he's 36 years old.
yeah, it'll be
Or
LeBron.
Arvydas Sabonis.
And then it'll be LeBron James when he's 36 years old. That'll be his rookie LeBron James.
Yeah,
year.
rookie Bron.
So I love it from the Rockets
I
standpoint.
do. It's innovative.
Yeah.
And we're all about, change and want to see something flashy and brand new
Right.
in the NBA, man. So, look, D'Antoni, he literally coaches and has the GM doing things like he's on 2K. Like, he was like, oh, well, I'm just not going to play a big man. Whoop, get rid of him. I'm going to get rid of him. And I'm going to let's put James Harden at the 5.
He's doing the jump balls.
He's right. You see, like James Harden did the jump ball, man. Are you serious? He's 6'5".
At some point, will one team be like, all right, we'll put our point guard up here with James
What
Harden.
in the world, man?
Why not Russell Westbrook? He's more athletic.
Hey, look, man.
So, what do you think about nicknames for this lineup? There are a couple
Man.
that have been going around. A website called Worldwide Wops calls them the Pocket Rockets.
Okay.
Playing off of D'Antoni's 7 seconds or less
Right.
offense. This one's kind of wordy, 77 inches or less, because that's the average height.
Yeah.
And then there was another one, skill ball instead of small ball, because more skill than small.
Yeah.
Any of those you like, Stretch?
I
Pocket
like the
Rockets,
Pocket
my
Rockets.
favorite
They're
one.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Onto the court, not actually the nickname part, but
Mhm.
on the court, they're going to be pretty dangerous.
No, they
Hard
are.
to cover. In a playoff series, this could put JaVale McGee on the bench because you can't have
'Cause you
a
can't
true
have-
5 out there to guard
Right.
him unless you're. It's going to you're going to have to adjust to them, and you're going to have to be willing to
Right.
not. score the
Because
post.
they got rid of their big, so they're
Yeah.
not going to adjust to you.
And they're bench big.
Yeah. They got rid of everybody.
Yeah, and they're
If
going to.
you're over 6'9", you got to go.
Yeah, I think they hit 19 threes against the Lakers
Yep.
last game. In a playoff series, though, the thing that worries me is once you're playing against the Lakers and they have 7 games to scout this lineup, this
Yeah.
small ball lineup,
Yeah.
just a pick and roll with
They're
LeBron
gonna
and
trash
AD, you
it.
should be able to get
Yeah,
an
they're gonna
alley-oop
trash
dunk every time.
Yeah, they're going to trash it.
And JaVale McGee, the one thing also what you could do against this team in the playoffs is run zone.
Yeah.
If you run a 2-3 or 3-2,
Yeah. Take with the perimeter shooting, rotate around,
PJ
keep your
Tucker
bigs
is not
low.
going to cut into the lane or anything like
No,
that.
yeah, just keep your bigs low for rebounding purposes and
Yeah.
get off to the races.
So, do you think this team can beat
No,
anybody in the playoffs other than
Yeah.
the first team they play?
no, the second round no. First round, yes,
Right.
they can get somebody in the first round. Second round, no.
The only thing, or the
'Cause,
there are only
they
two
were
teams
running
I don't
to
think
the
this would
Lakers,
work against,
Clippers.
though. Lakers, this wouldn't work against them,
Mm-hmm.
and Nuggets.
Clippers.
Oh, I think the Clippers would beat them either way. Like
Yeah.
even when they had Clint Capella.
Yeah, because they'll put Montrezl Harrell out there.
Right, they'll put Marcus Morris out there.
Right.
Oh, he'll injure PJ Tucker.
Oh yeah, he'll beat you up.
So on to the Atlanta Hawks.
All right, they got Clint Capella. Basically, that's about it because
Yeah.
they waived their name.
Yeah.
All right,
3,
2, 1. I like it. The reason I like it is because they're in the hunt for a big man anyway. They were actually going to overpay, in my opinion, Andre Drummond, and I think Clint Capella is better than Andre Drummond.
All right. He's
So
a younger Andre Drummond.
right, so he's a younger Andre Drummond, a little bit smaller, but more athletic, possibly.
Yeah.
And Clint Capella's already on an extension, so you don't have to re-up him right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he just gonna get his money. And with the potential lineup of Young, that Maryland guy,
You know his name, Stretch.
and that Maryland guy, Mr. HGH, and Clint Capella, I think that's a nice
They're
little
only 4 and 5.
yeah
That's how good they're gonna be.
yeah.
I obviously didn't clap because I don't like it very much.
I understand.
I watch the Hawks a little bit more than the average fan.
Yeah, because they got Maryland guys up there.
They do have Maryland guys, so I'm biased because I want Bruno Fernando to play because he's a center out of Maryland. And also, I'm going to look at this from an unbiased point of view, but John Collins is the role man, or at least that's what I thought, for the Atlanta Hawks. I thought he and Trae Young worked well together because they could do a good pick and roll.
Well, from what I saw earlier, before the HJ scandal, was that the scandal was that John Collins was actually shooting more top of the key threes.
Well, that's when he was
right. That was full of the deer antler spray. He was full, he was full of it, full of that good stuff. But if he can resume that form and not get caught, hey, there your three guys. He can shoot the three, and Clint Capella can handle your rebounds.
If he can become like a stretch four Kevin Love type of guy, then I'm definitely giving this a big clap, because that makes him very dangerous to play. They'll have four guys that can stretch the court, and then Clint Capella to be in there to get rebounds and catch lobs.
Absolutely.
Clint Capella doesn't need to do much. He's not going to need to post up.
Nope.
He just needs to set good picks and get rebounds.
And that's what he does.
And John Collins could get rebounds too, so it's not like Clint Capella really has to do anything on the defensive end other than guard your other team's best big.
That's it.
And John Collins might be able to do that
And
too.
on top of that, they're mobile bigs. Right. So Clint Capella can actually step out and guard a wing from here and there, so can John Collins.
Yeah. I don't know if they play the the Rockets, but I would love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, that matchup, you don't have to sit your big.
Right. So, Clint Capella is still injured, so we haven't seen this lineup quite yet.
No.
Moving on, the Minnesota Timberwolves got a haul out of this deal. A lot of players.
Yeah.
Malik Beasley, Juancho Hernan-Gomez, Evan Turner, Jared Vanderbilt, and a first-round pick from the Brooklyn Nets that was transferred by the Hawks.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. No clap.
Yeah.
No clap.
I'm done with Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't see the point.
Done with them. I'm done with them.
You gave up your... Okay, if this team, or the new iteration of this team with D'Angelo Russell and Karl-Anthony Towns have a Robert Covington, a true 3 in DEI, then maybe I would say there's a way the Timberwolves could sneak into the playoffs next year. So they gave up their best tradable asset. I think he's a better asset than Andrew Wiggins, and you can kind of tell by what they got back.
Yep. And a pick for next year.
So I think you keep Covington. You can work this out with other players. Jarrett Culver, I mean, now with you having D'Angelo Russell, he doesn't need to be
You got to play him at a 2 now.
So you can get a player for Culver. Plus, and then you gave up all these picks just to get D'Angelo Russell.
That's trash, man.
I mean, you really screwed the pooch when you went for D'Angelo Russell, but they went for Covington before that.
Beasley?
Who was a solid bench player for the Nuggets. But
he's a bench player.
Right.
Like, you think,
they're too bad what you give up. To fortify their bench.
To fortify your bench?
They have 2 players right now that are good.
Come on, man.
That doesn't put you in the playoffs. I know it's the slam.
Man, that don't even put you in the G League.
It's the NBA Jam version of the NBA now.
Oh, my God.
But every NBA Jam team in here that's got their 2 prominent stars, they at least have role players that can give you something.
You got to.
Timberwolves don't have that.
The Timberwolves are trash.
And it's reflected in their record.
Their front office is trash. Their stars are trash.
Right.
It's just bad.
Is Karl-Anthony Towns a star anymore?
He's
an offensive star, yes.
Yeah, he's talented on offense, but
he lacks a lot on defense.
I'm done with him.
Yeah, the pick, I mean, that's cool and all.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't
I'm pretty sure they are.
Players.
I don't care about no pick.
Juancho Hernan-Gomez, I mean, he might be related to Selena Gomez, so there's some nice stuff there. Evan Turner has not done anything for a very long time.
They need to go and wait.
He was benched when he played for the Hawks, so that should tell you how much playing time he'll probably get there. I've never heard of Jared Vanderbilt, so I can't speak on what he's going to give them.
It's trash, man.
But I doubt he's going to fulfill the role player role.
It's just bad.
Yeah, there's not much to be happy about in Minnesota, except exciting offense for 2 players. And no one wants to go to Minnesota either. And you're going to have to pay these guys a lot of money. D'Angelo Russell
to stay.
And Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah, they will get Supermax.
Yeah, and they're going to say, if I'm going to play in Minnesota, of all places.
So you Supermax me.
Yeah. So moving on, same trade, Denver Nuggets side of it. Finally, a good team comes into the mix. Well, Rockets are a good team, but a real team comes into the mix.
Yeah.
They received Gerald Green, who was waived, Noah Vonleh, Keita Bates-Diop, Shabazz Napier, and a first-round pick from the Rockets.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. I mean, it's kind of I'm indifferent about it, but therefore I can't say it was bad.
I don't think they got better, but it didn't get worse.
Right.
So I look at it as, they didn't want to pay Malik Beasley. I wouldn't pay him either. So they got rid of him.
Right. The one thing I like about this is now they're kind of saying to Michael Porter Jr., all right, you're going to be our guy. You can come off the bench now and be our real sixth man. They are too deep. They're like the Boston Celtics of last year. They were where they just had too many players to throw out there. And guys. Malik Beasley, Juancho Hernan-Gomez, Evan Turner was not on the team. Jared Vanderbilt didn't get any run. So now you're just freeing up space.
Yeah.
Mason Plumlee, a good center off the bench.
Yeah.
Monte Morris, a good point guard off the bench. Then you got Michael Porter Jr. Mm-hmm. You're going to have a lot of options with who you can start, whether it be a Torrey Craig, Jeremy Grant.
If anybody gets hurt, you have
a lot of backups
you don't miss anything.
So yeah, I'm kind of just indifferent, which is why I couldn't go back say it was bad.
Right.
So
it looks like they just pulled a favor for somebody. Like, I'll get in it and I'll give you that guy.
All right, moving on to one of the first trades that happened.
Okay, here we go.
We've got the Heat, the Grizzlies, and the Timberwolves in a 3-teamer. The Timberwolves want to be involved in every single trade. Rumor has it.
It's just...
the Heat get the coveted Andre Iguodala. They won that arms race.
Okay.
They get Boss Man 99, Jay Crowder. And they get Solomon Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis Grizzlies get Justice Winslow, Gorgie Dang, and the now waived Dion Waiters. He's going to go hang out with John Collins and Aaron Gordon, rumor has it.
Yeah.
And Minnesota Timberwolves get some toughness. Your guy, I'm sorry, the Heat are going to fall out of the playoffs now because this was one of the guys that you based the 3 seed off of, James Johnson. Start with the Heat, who again received Iguodala, Crowder, and Solomon Hill. 3, 2, 1. All right, Stretch. I'm gonna have to educate you real quick about why this is probably the winner of the deadline, the Miami Heat.
What?
So
I'm gonna tell you why they're not. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you why they lost.
All right,
You can go first.
Okay, thank you. I was gonna go first either way, Stretch.
Yeah,
so
you got it. I was gonna be the bearer of bad news.
Does this put them in the Bucks realm? No, but. The Heat didn't really have any assets that I think they were willing to give away that would make them on the level of the Milwaukee Bucks. What this tells me is that Pat Riley is looking at the league right now, at least the Eastern Conference, and saying, we have a good slot right now. This is the year.
Okay.
And one thing I love, Andre Iguodala comes off the books. I don't know about Jay Crowder and Solomon Hill. The year they would be able to sign Giannis. And Giannis, apparently, 2 teams that are in the mix, the Raptors and, the Heat.
Okay.
Andre Iguodala, he hasn't played for a while, so that's one thing that you could possibly say, I'm not so happy about that.
Okay.
But if Andre Iguodala comes back and he's not as good as he has been in the past, they have a kind of light version of Andre Iguodala and Jay Crowder. Not a great 3-point shooter. He was with the Celtics when they played a system. Jay Crowder is a defensive player, a good defensive player.
Jay Crowder is a light Iguodala?
I'm obviously a very light Iguodala because Iguodala is a Hall of Famer. Jay Crowder is nowhere near that realm.
Whoa, Iguodala is a Hall of Famer?
A lock for the Hall of Fame, yeah.
What?
Jay Crowder, not quite on the Andre Iguodala realm. Maybe now they might be more similar. Crowder was a good 3-point shooter in Boston.
I am flabbergasted right now.
Clearly.
Somebody got to write in. Somebody has to come talk to me about this.
3-time champ, Finals MVP, All-Star.
Iguodala is a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, look up the stats, Stretch. 3-time champ.
He was on the bench, all 3.
Finals MVP, All-Star.
How does that make you a Hall of Famer, Matt?
Because he's been...
See, you are letting your... affection.
Why would I have affection towards Andre Iguodala? What has Andre Iguodala done to me?
For the Warriors.
You know I don't like Steph Curry. You know I have never liked Steph Curry, other than when Kevin Durant did play.
I'm debating this right now because you coming with this Iggy Hall of Famer stuff. This is absurd.
It's not like I'm alone in this.
You should be. This is absurd. This is absurd.
Look up his stats while I continue my argument, Stretch.
Oh, with pleasure, sir.
Solomon Hill, he doesn't move the needle much for the Heat. He probably won't play much.
Word.
But their bench now, it has Goran Dragic, who is in the 6th Man of the Year conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Iguodala. Tyler Hero, a
Hall
of
Famer Iguodala.
He is a Hall of Famer. Jay Crowder can come in at the 4, and then you got Kelly Olynyk at the 5. And when you already have 4 other bench players that are pretty good, Kelly Olynyk isn't going to make a huge difference. They both fit the culture of Miami, and that they're tough-minded guys, and Iguodala and Jay Crowder. And it's just more bodies to throw at Giannis. It's more bodies to throw at Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Kemba Walker in the playoffs. Pascal Siakam as well. And Ben Simmons for that matter. So you got a lot of versatile defenders that can guard a lot of positions now. They again fit the bill of what the Heat are. I like it a lot. And plus I'm gonna get to see Andre Iguodala when I go see the Heat play. So I'm really, really into it. What have you found, Stretch?
Not a lot, man. Not a lot. You know why not a lot? Because he hasn't played this year.
He hasn't played this year. So tell me why the Heat are the losers.
Number one.
Okay.
Number one.
Wait, before you go on, I just want to add one thing. All they gave up was someone who has not played at all barely played this year, Justice Winslow. Dion Waiters, who, again, has been suspended, all of the year. And James Johnson, who you have a bias towards because
he barely played
you think he's tough or something like that,
Yeah,
but he hasn't played much this year
tough,
either.
Man. He's a tough guy.
So they gave up nothing, basically, for Andre Iguodala, Jay Crowder, and Solomon Hill.
Okay.
Your turn.
Number one.
All right.
Andre Iguodala is not a Hall of Famer. That's number one.
All right.
I'll go back to that. Number two. Any moves you make in the East have to be to take down Milwaukee.
Okay.
This move does not take down Milwaukee at all. Iguodala can't guard Giannis.
Just another body to throw at him.
And he gonna run right over him like he's been running over everybody else on the Heat roster. This to me, and on top of that, they gave him a 2-year extension.
All right.
Which cost you $30 million.
But he comes off
$30 million?
Comes off the books when Giannis is ready.
He's not coming to Miami.
He could.
He's not.
All right, so continue on then. What else is
See, this is what I'm saying. See, you going all in for this when Giannis, he's not coming to Miami.
You heard
man.
my arguments about even if Giannis doesn't come, then this is good for this year.
To do what? Lose in the second round? To who? To Giannis? You're going to lose, man.
This helps them make a second half of the year push. They could easily secure the number 2 seed.
Can they beat Boston with Iguodala? Because who's the 2 seed? Celtics, correct?
The Celtics have moved. I think it's jumbled. I think the Raptors are probably the team now because they're on the 13-game winning streak.
Okay, right.
Then it's probably the Heat, then probably the Celtics, I think.
Right, but they're all jammed in there.
Right now, the Heat would play the 76ers. I think that's a win for the Heat. And then the Heat versus the Raptors in a 7-game series. Now I'm going to lean towards the Heat.
No way. Man.
Yeah.
No, I know you're not, and I'm a big Heat guy right now. You know I'm a big Heat guy.
I know you are.
You're telling me that the Heat can beat the Raptors in a 7-game series in the playoffs?
I think it's very possible that they could, yeah.
The championship pedigree from the Raptors?
I think it's very possible that they could.
With your guy, Norman Powell. Your guy. That's your guy.
Stretch, don't bring that up.
That is your guy.
Yeah, while watching the Raptors play the 76ers, I did text Stretch and I said that the Toronto Raptors would make it to the NBA Finals. But that was before this happened.
Yeah, that's what he said. They're going to ride the wave with Norman.
I didn't say it's only going to be
Norman Powell.
I didn't say Norman Powell was going to carry him to the championship. But look, if this trade doesn't happen, I still would say the Raptors are going to make the NBA championship.
They can't beat. Listen, man. He can't beat the Bucks or the Raptors, and in my opinion, they can't beat the Celtics either.
I'm not saying the Heat will make the championship. I think you're thinking what I'm saying.
So this move is pointless.
Okay.
It's pointless.
So I think the Heat.
See, my thing is, don't tease me. Don't tease me.
But this gives them they have a better chance now
to do what?
Make it to the finals than they did before they made this.
How?
They got more talent. I'm not saying that they're gonna go. Go undefeated the rest of the year and cruise to the finals.
Me personally, I would have went after Covington.
All right, but
I like the rookies, none of them, because they said D-Lo was on the radar, but I would have went after Covington.
Or could they still lose to the Celtics? Probably. Could they still lose to the Raptors? Probably. Could they still lose to the Bucks? Yeah, but I'm just saying it makes them better.
Barely.
It gives them more of a chance to make it to the finals than they did before.
I disagree.
And the East is pretty open.
No, it's not.
On a night-to-night basis, there is not one team other than the Milwaukee Bucks and now the Toronto Raptors that have been just completely dominant. Everybody else is basically in the same ballpark, record-wise.
We all know who's going to the finals.
You think the Bucks?
Or the Raptors. We all know this. We know this. So if you're not tipping the scales to change somebody's mind on that notion, don't play with me.
All right, I can see where you're coming from with that. I still think the Heat did do a pretty good job on this trade.
All right.
But could they beat? You're starting to talk me out of this a little bit. I still, well, not that they won the deadline. I still think that because
No way
they got closer to a title than any other team who made a trade.
The Warriors just lined themselves up to be right back at it next year.
All right, let's get back to the Warriors then for a quick second.
Yeah.
Andrew Wiggins does not fit what the Warriors do. He's a mid-range shooter.
Not yet.
Andrew Wiggins has never been a three-point shooter. At the beginning of the year, he was pretty good.
Harrison Barnes wasn't.
He was decent.
And they
you
won
had to guard him at three.
They won 73 games with Harrison Barnes, man.
That's true, but that was also when Draymond Green was a threat from three-point shooting.
Draymond Green has never been a threat.
Draymond Green was a threat. He tied Kevin Hart in a three-point shootout. What are you talking
about?
about?
Come on, man. The same Kevin Hart that Jimmy Butler beat left-handed in a three-point shootout?
But I always see that on my YouTube recommended. It's just titled, I Will Beat You With My Left Hand, Kevin Hart.
Yes.
But I've never watched it.
Yo, it's pretty intense for a little bit. It gets intense.
All right, but anyways, the Warriors, unless they get a center that can shoot, which is why I kind of like the idea of Karl-Anthony Towns maybe going to the Warriors instead of what happened now, they have two guys that can shoot.
You're going to get that kid from Memphis.
James Wiseman?
Oh, yeah.
That's assuming they're able to tank down far enough to get the number one seed.
Do you see who's on that roster now?
Yeah, they got Maple Jordan.
Hey, look. Tank away, baby.
Take away.
Tank away.
Tank away.
Tank away.
Can't beat the Knicks.
Nope.
Knicks traded away their franchise.
They did.
So, moving on, we only talked about the Heat, which seems like we've already covered the whole entire trade.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Memphis Grizzlies. We've got they got Justice Winslow, Gorgie Dang, and the now waived Dion Waiters. 3, 2, 1.
I like it.
I was going to clap until you clapped, and then I decided it.
What?
No, I like it, but
that is petty.
No, and not in that way.
Petty,
not
man.
in that way. I was like,
that is.
I don't think it is as. The reason I didn't clap, if you
America,
didn't clap,
you see what we're dealing with here?
Hey,
because I don't agree with
the big have gone global.
about
Don't-
Andre Iguodala being a Hall of Famer. Now he doesn't want to clap because I clap
wait, no,
first. And you heard him say it, America.
That's not why. That's not why. The reason is I don't think it's on the same point as the Warriors trade or what the Rockets did. So I think it was a okay trade. So that's why I didn't clap, because I don't think it deserves 2 claps.
Okay.
You can't jump to conclusions, Stretch.
I'm with that. So what I'm saying
My
is,
feelings are, you call me petty, Stretch.
you are pretty petty from time to time.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Did it make him better? Yes.
Did it?
Yeah, I think it did.
If Justice Winslow plays.
They got Dang too, who's a solid big.
If he was a solid big, then I think the Timberwolves wouldn't be on
Timberwolves
35-game losing
horrible. They're just horrible. Now watch how good he plays in Memphis.
The reason I'm kind of torn on good or bad, because remember last year the Sacramento Kings were in the playoff hunt, and then they traded Iman Shumpert from the surface.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, Iman Shumpert.
But they took away their heart.
Yeah, but he was one of the guys in the locker room that had heart. I feel like Jay Crowder is kind of the same way. Dylan Brooks and John Morant weren't the only ones in the locker room that were like, yeah, Andre Iguodala, you don't want to play for us, all right.
Right.
Screw you, man.
Yeah, Jay Crowder was their backbone.
I feel like that comes from him.
Yeah, he was their backbone.
I think they're going to lose a lot of that toughness in that drive. But the good thing is they do have that Andre Iguodala motivation, which the Kings didn't have. They had no one really doubting them to make the playoffs, and no one who just didn't want to play for them, which is what the Grizzlies had in Andre Iguodala. So they could continue to play really well, but at the same point they could just not do as great because they lost their heart.
Right.
But Justice Winslow, if he plays, where does he fit into the roster? Like,
he's
into
a
the
six
lineup?
man.
6 man?
Yeah, he's 6 man.
Because he's not going to start over Dylan Brooks.
No, he's 6 man.
Definitely not John Morant.
No, he's 6 man.
He's a good defender.
Yeah.
So he fits.
He can also play point.
He fits the grit and grind.
Yeah. That they're trying to rebuild.
Yeah.
He's 6 man.
Grit and grind never left. Grit and grind never left, Stretch. On to the Minnesota Timberwolves. who
I'm
received
done with them. We're not talking about them. We can't.
James Johnson, no claps.
3, 2, 1. No claps.
No claps.
No claps.
No claps. Well, since you didn't, no, I'm kidding. No claps here.
Nothing.
James Johnson is kind of like their new Jimmy Butler, as they think he's going to make everybody tough. No.
No.
Moving on.
Moving on.
To the weirdest trade of the deadline.
God, man.
Andre Drummond is no longer held captive in Detroit. He gets to play for another team now. He gets a fresh start with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
God, I know he wants to shoot himself.
3, 2, 1. No claps.
No claps.
Or
man.
what?
If I'm Andre Drummond, man, I'm not suiting up. No, man, you got to wave me, man.
I want to see the Cavaliers play the Rockets because they're not planning on buying out Tristan Thompson.
I don't understand that.
So are the Cavaliers planning on playing Kevin Love at the 3, Tristan Thompson at the 4, and Andre Drummond at the 5?
I was waiting. When that trade happened, I was like, yo, the next trade's got to be Tristan Thompson going somewhere.
Or Kevin Love.
Or somebody got to go somewhere. And they held on to both of them? What? Hey, look, man. Cleveland has just been doing some weird stuff ever since LeBron came back.
And it's like just a dump. They were like, all right, well, we're not going to even, they probably won't attempt to re-sign him.
No.
Because he's a free agent.
Yeah.
But the one thing that makes me nervous about Andre Drummond's free agency is really the only thing you could get for Andre Drummond was John Henson, Brandon Knight, and a second-round pick.
Second round.
Andre Drummond.
He's a walking 20 and 20.
Andre Drummond, congratulations. You're going to get the veterans minimum next year.
God, man.
If you need it, there's a spot open for you on the debate, mate.
Sheesh.
Because I don't know who wants you, Andre. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
obviously, he's going to get signed to a team for a lot of money. But
And on top of that, the Newport News YMCA is also hiring. So, Andre Drummond.
Wait, no, but we need this for our
What's your application?
We need our studio. Well, if he
he works for the Y, then,
and then he becomes a member of the debate mates.
Win-win.
Andre, just holler at us. Tell us your shirt size.
Send me a resume as well. I'll put it to the right people.
Right.
So, yeah, send me a resume.
Stress will pull the right stuff.
Yeah, that's
You'll
it,
talk
man.
to the right people.
That's it.
We'll get you a job here, Andre. It'll be a little bit of a pay cut.
Yeah, a little bit.
Only about 25%.
Sure, 50.
Still be a multi-millionaire, Andre. Don't worry.
Maybe.
And there are a lot of good mansions in Newport News.
Huh. I haven't seen one.
You know.
Many mansions.
If you get far enough away from Newport News, you can find one.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Andre Drummond can afford a private jet, maybe. He can live in, I don't know, Virginia Beach. Live in a beach, and then he can fly in, take a 5-minute flight.
He say Virginia Beach.
He can buy the beach. Buy the beach and put a mansion on it.
Oh, man.
Andre, I don't know how much you made yet, but, I mean, it's in the cards. Buy the beach. Buy the water. Drain it out.
Come on down, Drake.
But, yeah, from the Cavaliers side of things, it's just
weird,
confusing. I don't think either of us are going to give it a clap on the Pistons side. Because if this is all you were going to get for Andre Drummond, you might as well just not sign him. I mean, just wait.
Just wait till free agency.
Trade him in June.
Absolutely.
So this is the worst trade. No one wants to talk about it. So we're going to move on.
All right.
To the most uninspired team in basketball, the Philadelphia 76ers, who dealt with the Golden State Warriors. And the rich are getting richer on the Warriors side. On Philadelphia's side, they got Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson III, former dunk contest champ.
Okay.
While the Warriors got a 2020 second-round pick from Dallas, a 2021 second-round pick from Denver, and a 2022 second-round pick from Toronto. All of those good teams. Probably won't be high picks, but picks nonetheless.
Yep.
From Philadelphia's side, 3, 2, 1. No claps from you.
God, no. Does it make you better? Nope.
All right, so yeah, I've already learned my lesson from arguing too far, and obviously I'm nowhere near as high on this as I was on the Heat one.
Mm-hmm.
They got Alec Burks, who is good in spurts.
Mm-hmm.
He'll give you 20 one night, and he'll give you 5 the next night.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Robinson Jr. or the third is athletic, and he can shoot decently.
Huh.
But is he the scoring? The 76ers have a solid bench, and they need more than a bench. I mean, at this point, you might as well fire Brett Brown, go on to NBA 2K, sim the rest, sim the season, and see what you can get for Joel Embiid. Because if I'm the Philadelphia 76ers, and I don't want to
one of them gotta go, man.
I don't want to be too drastic, but
Ben
I would rather have
or
Ben Simmons than Joel
Joel
Embiid.
They gotta go. One of them gotta go.
I'd rather have Ben because Joel Embiid doesn't have any fire.
Okay, we'll get rid of Joel. Gotta go.
But Brett Brown, I'd be surprised if he lasts the whole year.
He's gotta get fired too.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on in Philadelphia, but Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson III will not solve the problem.
No, they're not.
Moving on to the Warriors, who just got a bunch of picks. Not going to talk about this one too much, but clap for it if you want to in 3, 2, 1. No. I don't care enough to clap.
Nope.
No, don't want to put any energy into a bunch of picks.
All right, here we go. Moving on.
Now another trade involving the Hawks. Get the Hawks who received Dwayne Dedmon in a 2020 and a 2021 second round pick, while the Kings got Jabari Parker and the Maryland Terrapin Alex Len. Atlanta Hawks. 3, 2, 1.
Sacramento.
The trades get worse and worse as we go down the line. The Hawks now have like 5 centers. Doesn't make sense
at all.
The Kings, Jabari Parker and Alex Len. 3, 2, 1. No claps. I like the King side more than the Hawk side.
Yeah, but they still.
Jabari Parker has played for every team in the league.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, so he's got to get something here. And without Marvin Bagley playing, they get a center who actually will play for them. Alex Len doesn't really have the stock like Dwayne Dedmon to say, hey, if you don't play, you I have to do my Ukraine accent because he's from Ukraine. If you do not pay me, I leave. So Alex Len, I don't think he's going to say that because he had to endure the Hawks and the Phoenix Suns. So this is just another day in the life of Alex Len.
Right.
So now, moving on to the...
Let's go to this one.
Yeah, the other...
These they're...
Okay,
let's go there.
Final trade now. The other two, I'll just read them. That's all they get. The Rockets got Bruno Caboclo and a second-round pick. The Grizzlies got Jordan Bell and a second-round pick. And the Grizzlies in another trade got Gorgie Dang. So your guy Gorgie, who we were talking about with the Grizzlies, he got I put him in 2 different trades. I don't know what I was doing here. So anyways, the Clippers and the Wizards and the Knicks, a 3-team deal. Clippers get Marcus Morris.
Yep.
And they waive Isaiah Thomas.
Yep.
Wizards take a flyer on Jerome Robinson. And the Knicks get Mo Harkless, a Clippers 2020 first-round pick, a 2023 second-round pick from Detroit, and a point guard whose name is Asuf Sanoun. Start with the Knicks, work our way up to the more exciting part.
All right, so for the Knicks,
3,
2, 1. Wizards, 3, 2. Clippers, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I hate it. I'm a Lakers guy.
This might be the winner of the deadline.
I believe it is. I actually believe it is. I feared them getting Marcus Morris.
They beat the Lakers, and they're 3-0 against the Lakers.
I just don't understand why we wouldn't give up Kuzma. Give him up.
They're 3-0 against the Lakers this year. Christmas Day, opening day, and getting Marcus Morris before the Lakers could.
Just give up Kuzma, man.
He fits the bill. He's tough. He plays defense.
And he's 6'8.5", 6'9". Like he can guard LeBron. You know, like he has the body type anyway to guard LeBron.
And if you want, he's another body to throw in Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he's tough, man. And he can shoot threes. He can handle the rock. Create his own shot. Like, what are we doing?
There is one thing I'm disappointed about, Stretch. So in March or beginning of April, I'm gonna see the Knicks and the Heat. I wanted to see Marcus Morris, but the Knicks are bad when you're excited to see Marcus Morris.
Yeah, that's true.
Mo Harkless might give me 50 though. I'll have to hit him up because he doesn't have too many people in his messages, so he'll see me.
Swanee preying on the not so popular NBA talent in the Mo Harkless.
Yeah.
Hey, Mo, if you out there, give us a shout out, baby.
Yeah, Mo, you can come by here anyways if you don't want to play for the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean.
Jerome Robinson, I think, Stretch, if you and I added our eyebrows together, we might be closer to Jerome Robinson's eyebrow thickness.
It's pretty bad.
So that's it. Those are the trades.
That's it.
Trade deadline is completed. We'll be coming at you again, hopefully on Wednesday. We'll talk about some of the All-Star stuff. You got any predictions real quick?
Giannis should never be a team captain again.
All right, I think we can agree with that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, Giannis.
Do you have a? Well, I think since we did this, so we're not talking about games. Let's do quick predictions for winners, Finals MVP or MVP, not Finals MVP, All-Star Game MVP. Start with the skills or Rising Stars, World vs USA.
What was it, Luka?
Yeah, I don't. If he even plays.
If he plays.
I'll give Team USA wins. Zion Williamson MVP.
Yeah, if Luka doesn't play.
Skills challenge: Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Bam Adebayo, Pascal Siakam, Jason Tatum, Spencer Dinwiddie, Derrick Rose dropped. Who is the sixth person?
I'm going Spencer Dinwiddie.
You don't even need the other sixth person.
No.
All right, that's good because I don't remember it. I'll go Pascal Siakam.
Okay, interesting.
3-point shootout: Davis Bertans, Joe Harris.
Okay.
We got Damian Lillard, Trae Young. No, this is embarrassing stretch. I'm blanking.
Well, I mean, based on 05, who you got?
I'll not even saying who the other ones are. I would probably go with the Latvian laser, Davis Bertans.
I figured you might say that. I'm actually gonna go with Trae Young.
All right, and dunk contest.
I'm going Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. Finally, All-Star game. I'll take Team LeBron, MVP in his hometown, Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I actually got the same thing.
All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe.
But I think Giannis might get 60.
Oh, he picked some bad teammates.
So they can pass
He
the ball.
didn't want the dribbler.
Yep. He's not want somebody to pass me the ball.
I go with my African brother.
Yep.
So I take my other African brother. That's good as
Yep.
So there you have it. Trade deadline, All-Star weekend, all in one. Next time we'll be here hopefully Wednesday. Talk about some of the stuff that's been going on in the NBA. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Give us any ideas on what to do next.
Yep.
And until then, Debate Mates out.
Boom, boom.